Hey everybody, so for those of you that are home, first off, I hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you in a while. So what you're going to be doing today, rather than just taking notes by looking off the PowerPoint posted in Classroom, I don't think that's very effective. So rather than doing that, you will be filling out the box on today's assignment. The box up here, you're going to be filling that out by watching this video at home. And then when you are done watching this video, if you read the instructions in Classroom, I will tell you which other part of the assignment that you need to complete. Basically, what we're going to be looking at today specifically is examining how we select justices for the Supreme Court, but on top of that, and really more broadly, how do we select justices for our federal judicial system. Okay, and the essential question that we're going to be answering is, what is the role of the judicial system in our democracy? It's kind of the overarching essential question basically for this entire unit. So selecting Supreme Court justices, like I said, most of this, if not all of this, will also apply to federal judges here in the United States. So federal judges in the country are not elected. And so because they are not elected, because they are appointed, they are not accountable to voters. Now that's very important, because let's say that you have been nominated, you have been selected to be, we'll just go to the top, you have been selected to be a Supreme Court justice. Now, as a Supreme Court justice, because you are not accountable to voters, you are simply really only accountable to law. Okay, you're not worried about re-election. You're not worried about, aligning with one party over another. You are simply looking at the law, and that is what holds you accountable. Okay. Now, Supreme Court justices keep their jobs for life, and really the only way that they are quote-unquote kicked out is if they are impeached, which has never happened, or if simply they retire, and that does happen. If I remember correctly, on average, like the average tenure of a Supreme Court justice is somewhere in the double digits, I think like 16, 18 years, something like that. Obviously, as we live longer as human beings, those tenures have also, in turn, gotten longer. Okay. Now, the processes or the processes to nominate and confirm Supreme Court justices is the exact same as federal judges, and I don't want to say we get this process, but the road work of this process is laid out specifically in our Constitution. Okay. Now, to be a federal judge or to be a Supreme Court justice, there are only two constitutional requirements. The first one is you have to be nominated by the president, and the second one is you have to be received by the Senate and then given consent from the Senate to fulfill that position. There is no requirement on age, education, occupation, natural born citizenship, nothing like that. Okay, which is very different from the legislative and executive branch. Very, very, very different. So, the president obviously is going to nominate someone who shares their ideological perspective. If I am a quote-unquote conservative president, I'm obviously then going to, in turn, nominate a Supreme Court justice who might interpret the law in the manner that I do. And vice versa. If I'm a Democrat president, of course I'm going to nominate a justice who, again, is going to interpret the law in the same manner that I do. Now, that's not to say that if you are a conservative president and you select a conservative judge, that they're always going to side with you. Okay? And you'll see that today in the TED Ed video. Dwight D. Eisenhower nominated, I can't remember his name, he nominated a Supreme Court justice who he thought was conservative and ended up, for the most part, not being a conservative justice. So it's not always a guarantee, but you are going to try to pick someone who shares your beliefs. Okay, that just makes sense. All right. And then lastly, I said that there are no educational or background requirements, but for the most part, well, actually, not for the most part, every single Supreme Court justice has had a background as being a lawyer. And it's something else to note because with our last recent nomination process with Amy Coney Barrett pictured here, it's important to note that 80% of justices have been confirmed. Okay, so for the most part, as long as there's no dirt on you, you are going to be pushed through the Senate, and you will be put on the court for a life tenure. So that's it for our notes today, you guys. Very, very short. We're clocking in here just about 5 minutes, which is perfect, especially for those of you that are at home. I don't want to overwhelm you, but it is important that we get the same information as people who are here at school. So feel free, if you have any questions, to reach out to me. And then really, I guess, for today's assignment, since this was only 5 minutes, you can go ahead and watch the TED Ed video, which will be another 5 minutes. And then you can do the reading, which will only take you 10 minutes. So about a 25-minute lesson today. Not that bad. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. But I'll see you later.